In postmodernity, it becomes more and more difficult to take these notions of the artist as genius or the artist as hero terribly seriously. So, increasingly in postmodernity, the attitude toward art and the artist is one of cynicism. One of the many ways that postmodernism challenges grand narratives, such as the notion of artist as hero or of art as a source of transcendent moral value, is to blur the boundaries between so-called serious art and popular or commercial art. In modernity, it's assumed that the great work of art is something that, by definition, transcends considerations of economics and politics. Postmodern artists deliberately flout boundaries like this. They mix styles, strategies, and genres from the canonical traditions of serious art with those of commercial art and political propaganda in order, among other things, to invite audiences to consider the very legitimacy of these kinds of boundaries. Some artists and intellectuals of the high modernist era were horrified by what they saw as the degradation of civilization in the era of industrial modernity and mass urbanization. Other artists and intellectuals were equally alarmed, but looked to the future, to utopian societies for an antidote to the alienation of modern society. Postmodern artists and intellectuals, by contrast, recognize the alienating, dehumanizing effects and consequences of consumerism, post-industrialism, and technologization in the so-called information society. They see the same horror that the modernists saw, but they embrace it, sometimes even celebrate it, recognizing that it's the only world we have. Moreover, postmodernism sees reality as a series or a network of contingent simulations or representations or performances. Postmodernism rejects a clear-cut dividing line between reality and perception. So much postmodern art explores the notion that if reality seems not so desirable, that reality is merely one of many simulacra, and a different reality might be evoked simply by the performance of a different subjectivity. In order to illustrate some of the distinctions I'm trying to suggest between modernity and postmodernity, between modernism in art and postmodernism, I want to consider